Hey everyone, welcome back to Codezilla. Today we are again back with another video of problem solving. So today we are going to solve one problem which is on LeetCode. It is one of the classic problems which we need to encounter in our beginning days. So now let's get started and understand the question and how we can approach that. So this is the problem statement which we have maximum consecutive ones is the problem. So firstly, just like in our traditional way of Codezilla, we will just take this screenshot and use our OneNote to what's getting to us actually. So if I go ahead and now let's get started. So it has given us a problem in which we have to find maximum consecutive ones. And what does this mean, maximum consecutive ones? It means if we are given with an array 1, 2, 0, 0, 1, 2, 3. In this array, we have to find the length, like how many times one has appeared at max in continuously. It means one appeared here, okay, one appeared here also, two times one appeared, but then it broke. Okay, two times is the maximum count till now for one. Then zero also appeared. Then again one appeared, but this time it appeared three times. So we have to return three. Just simple, I think so. From the like problem statement is pretty much clear and easy to understand. Like we just have to find the maximum consecutive ones which are in that array. Okay, so in this problem statement it is given 1 0 1 1 0 1, and what we can do is here we can see maximum consecutive one will be there, 0 no consecutive. Here we get two consecutive ones, and again we get one consecutive one. So maximum is still 2. So we have to return just the maximum one. So we will return this off. Now problem statement is pretty much easy to understand. I hope you have understood this. But how we can approach for a solution? Like if we get this sort of problem, how we can think like, okay, how we can keep the track of like what is the maximum consecutive ones which have appeared last time, so that we can update it or not update it based on the upcoming consecutive ones. So what we can do is we can just make sort of a window, make use of two pointers while iterating in the array, or we have one loop through which we can keep track of the previous one which has appeared and then keep on counting off. Let's think about the intuition. So if what I will do is, if in a I will start a for loop which will be for sure starting from int I equals to 0, and it will be going till arr dot size less than arr dot size, by the way, because of zero based indexing. I hope you have understood that thing, like zero based indexing, what it is. So now if we see in this specific problem statement which we have, now what we want to solve off is if if in this array we encounter any number which is equals to 1, if in this whole array, if we encounter any number which is equals to 1. So if I write arr of I is equals to 1, in that case I will start counting. I will start counting. So for that counting, let's make an int count also. It will be initialized to 0 for sure in the beginning, and also int max count, which will be also 0 in the beginning because we didn't know even if we get a count or not. So what we will do is we will increase the count here. We will increase the count because we have got a 1. And then what we can do is, in order to compare it, we will write max count is equals to whatever is the maximum from max count or from the count. So what does this problem state to us is, like, we will be finding out the count and we have the previous maximum count only. So if we surpass that count, like the previous maximum count was 1, in this as in this statement it was 2 in the beginning. But what we did is, in the upcoming one, when our count gets to like more than the previous max count, we will change its value, and we will change its value based on the count. So that's what we will be doing. Here is the max function. So it is just an inbuilt function. So what we will be doing is max function will be returning whatever the maximum is between both of them, and max count will get updated accordingly. Now, what if we didn't encounter a one? We have to write a else condition also. So in else, if we encounter a zero or any other number, then we have to again put our count to zero. Why we need that account to this this count to get to the zero? The reason is we will be having track of the max count for sure, but we have to keep the count of the upcoming ones from the beginning only. Like if we have a new ones which are coming right after zeros, just suppose if in this case we firstly got this one. Okay, we incremented the count, max count also got incremented. Again a one comes, we increment it again. But in the upcoming ones, when we encounter zero, in that case, do you think like we can just don't think about the zero and just move on? No, we have to make our count to the zero so that when upcoming ones will come, if upcoming ones will be coming up, then we can again start count with the zeros or one only, so that we can check, okay, whether we have to update max count based on this upcoming ones or not. So that's what we have to do. Similarly, in this one, we will be having max count as 2. But the thing is, once we encounter a zero, we have to make count which we have again to zero, so that in the upcoming one, when we will encounter another one, then count will become equals to 1, but we will not change the max count because it hasn't exceeded that. And at the end, we will be returning off the count and solving of the problem in pretty easier way. So now let's solve this and check if it is working or not, our approach is working here or not. So now let me increase the size of it. Yeah. So in this lead code coding environment, you can see that we have a function which is already been created, find max consecutive ones, and vector int nums. Now vector int, we will be discussing about these terminologies in the upcoming lectures. Or if you need to understand these, you can refer to other videos and other sources also. Now, if I have to give a basic understanding like what is a vector, int, and num, so it is just like you can treat it as an array. It has some different properties, but you can treat this specific one as an array only, like it is an array simple. So just apply operations on it. Now let's get started. Firstly, if I will write a start, or I will write a count only, count which will be equals to zero, another int which is max count actually, that too is zero in the beginning. Now, if I will write a for loop, which will be running till I equals to 0 and going till nums dot size, and at the end, if we do I plus plus, now let's write our condition. If in a case where our num ith element becomes equals to 1, if we get a number which is equals to 1, then or count will get incremented, and max count will be equals to whatever comes out to be max between max count and count. And in the else condition, what we have to write is we have to write count equals to 0, so that it can come back to its basic base case which we have written above. So it will be running fine, I think so. Now let's write the return statement and check if it is working or not. Return, we have to return the max count. Now let's run this and see if it works or not. If it doesn't work, we will check out what can be the problem. So it got accepted as we thought of. Now let's submit this also and check if it is working. Yeah, it is working completely fine. So that's all. You see, in the along with that, I want to discuss one more thing. Don't think about these things like memory, beats, and that much. You need to think about something like if we click on analyze complexity, it will be giving in big O notation, big O of n. You need to understand these things like what is the time complexity big of n. Instead of that, if you are thinking like you have to understand how much is the percentage or how much is the milliseconds runtime, it is 41 milliseconds, we are ranked here or we are ranked there. don't think about these terminologies. Just think about in BGO's notation. These doesn't matter at all because we are working in an online compiler, and because of some server or connectivity issues, it might fluctuate. But the thing is, BGO notation is the prime key factor. In the interviews also, you need to give in BGO notation instead of just writing or just saying in milliseconds or in 45% beat or something like that. You just think about those things. Now we are done with our problem and pretty easily because I don't think so this problem was that much big, but one of the basic understanding, one of the core pillars while doing the problem solving it is. So if you got a question to find the maximum consecutive ones, you can easily do it with this way. Although this similar question has some other variants also, maximum consecutive one, level 2, level 3, which comes in medium and hard level of questions, which we will be encountering in upcoming sessions of our level up series. But for now, in the beginning stage, it is fine if you can solve this off. And that's all for the video. So I hope you liked it. So thanks for watching.